Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be doing something different. I'm going to go test out the Scythe of Vitur. It is January 18th as of recording this, and the Scythe was updated yesterday. The slash bonus has been updated, so look at this. We've got 182 slash because we're rocking the Bellator ring and the Scythe of Vitur. And we're going to try this at some bosses that maybe it wouldn't have been used at before. The Scythe is also a little bit cheaper than before as well, requiring 200 blood runes and a vial of blood for 100 charges, and you don't use charges whenever you hit zeros, so I guess that's nice. The cost wasn't really an issue, but I'm gonna go test this out at the first boss, and I will see you there. So you'll have to excuse my performance at some of these God Wars bosses. But we're starting off at Bandos, and I am on the other account, Fresh Rock, that you can see on the screen, and I don't normally like dolo God Wars dungeon, but as you can see from those first couple of hits, the Scythe absolutely slaps here. I don't know what I was expecting. I really wanted to go to Bandos because it was mentioned in the blog, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be better than the Fang, but I think maybe it is. I'm not sure if it's better than the Bofa. It's been a long time since I've been here with the Boa Faradinin. If any of you have been here with the Bofa, let me know if your kills are faster than this or if they're slower, especially if they're solo or dolo. I don't think my ult was really doing anything. I was trying not to really hit the boss with the Bulwark because I wanted it to all be Scythe hits, but you know, sometimes you gotta get some hits in. I did have aggro switch on me on a different trip at a different boss, but that was a little rough. And I did record all of these bosses one time, and I was very disappointed with the Scythe. I was like, this buff didn't do anything. This weapon's kind of trash. And then I realized I had the Scythe on Crush because I was doing chambers prior to this, and I was using Inquisitor, so make sure that your Scythe is set on slash before you come to the God Wars dungeon with it. Otherwise, you will be very disappointed, just like I was. And the Scythe is putting in work here. I don't think the BGS hit matters as much as it used to. I never brought a Scythe here prior to the buff that happened, but it does pretty well. While I was here, though, being in full Torva, that mage was just constantly trying to wreck me. And speaking of mages trying to wreck me, our next stop is the Zamok boss. I don't really do Zammy unless I'm here solo, and as you can see, I was all flustered. I was like, my prayers, everything's all messed up. I was focused on the ult. I was just getting hit a lot. Maybe I should have just brought a bunch of like mage defense gear and prayed melee, but I don't have a spectral, which I don't know if that would have helped, and I also don't really have high magic attack on Fresh Rock. I think that account's magic level is 70 or something like that, so I didn't want to go that route. I just wanted to pray magic. And this kill I did fully unpotted, and a problem came up during this kill that I noticed didn't come up during Bandos, and that was the melee minion would get in front of me constantly, and I would end up using some of the attack from the Scythe on the melee minion, which is what you can see, the melee minion tanking hits for the boss. Also, I want to note that I was on a Slayer task for this. I went out of my way to get on a Slayer task for this because I feel like most people who do this boss are doing it on task. I have been here with a Twisted Bow before. I want to say the Twisted Bow is probably better on task. Maybe the Boa Faradinin is about the same. I'm not sure. But I also attacked this minion just because I wanted to see what the hits would be like. And this just melts the minions. Nothing compares to the Scythe when it comes to the minions, at least. And I was using a Blood Fury. I did take the Blood Fury to all of these bosses, just in case. I really wasn't sure what to expect. I don't really melee these bosses. I did 1,000 Bandos kills last year, and I used a Shadow. And I also did 1,000 Zamok kills last year, and I also used the Shadow. But one thing can be said for the Scythe of Vitur, and that is that it is fun to use. It is fun to see those giant clump of hits and the crazy XP drops that you can get. To where, like, I don't know, you really can't get that from using an arc light, which might be the next best thing here is an arc light. Speaking of arc light, I know people come to the Duke Scythe with the arc light. I think it might be the best after the Soul Reaper. Somebody quote me on that. But this is actually the boss that I came to when I realized my Scythe was on Crush. This was my last stop. And I know everyone knows the Scythe is good here anyways, but just in case you've never seen anyone kill the boss with the Scythe, this is it. And this is actually one of the slower kills. I'm not really sure if I hit with the BGS, if I'm honest with you. If I did, it wasn't very much. Most people use thralls here, but I just wanted to do a couple kills with the Scythe and show them. This is also my first time here using HD. I kind of like the way Duke looks. And this Scythe is actually really good against any 3x3 monster, I guess. I honestly was shocked at the damage I did at the minions while I was at Zammy. Did a lot of damage there. I don't think I hit with the BGS at all. My quick prayers still scuffed from being at Zammy. I did all of these bosses back to back to back and did not stop. And I also did 1,000 Duke kills last year. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. I actually think it was technically, I think the video was posted this year. Yeah, I think the video was posted this year, like early this year. Anyways, I finished it last year. This was one of my favorite bosses. I will eventually do the other Desert Treasure 2 bosses as part of like the little series that I've got going on. But this video isn't about the loot from 1,000 series. This video is about the Scythe and how it absolutely destroys everything, including in chambers and Theater of Blood, which is pretty obvious. It is fantastic in the Theater of Blood, and I want to take it there. But I feel like the entry barrier to Theater of Blood is a little bit different. Like, I don't think I could solo the Theater of Blood currently. Or is it even possible to solo the Theater of Blood? I don't know. But I want to do some Theater of Blood. Maybe eventually. Some Theater of Blood, and maybe some next when I do some group content. Anyways, the Scythe kills normally take about 2 minutes, and that is it. So overall, the Scythe of Vitur still kind of slaps, and still really good at Duke. If you want to see me test this out at some other bosses, maybe take it to Vardorvis, or if you have some other ideas, I'll give it a shot. I wanted to take it to maybe Cerberus or try it on the Ulm hand, but I think Crush with Inquisitor is still a little bit better. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and maybe check out one of the other videos here. And shout out to Clem, because this is his Torva and he let me use it for this video. Thank you, Clem. And I hope everyone has a great day. Bye!